Welcome back, everybody. We're diving into something a little different today, huh?
Yeah, a little festive, maybe.
Festive, yeah. So, Minister Darin Dargan, he gave this sermon.
Jesus Christ is the joy to the world. Catchy title.
It is catchy, right? And it got me thinking, we're always talking about joy this time of year, but...
What is it, really?
Yeah. What does it even mean? Not just presents and all that.
Well, that's what's so interesting about this sermon. Right off the bat, he kind of tackles that.
Yeah.
He compares joy to happiness.
Oh, that's tricky.
Which we always get mixed up.
I know, yeah.
He says happiness, it's like winning the lottery. You're happy, sure, but...
It fades, right?
Exactly. It's temporary.
Joy is supposed to be like more...
Deeper, yeah, more lasting.
Like a deep satisfaction, even when things are rough.
It's funny, though, right? Because you look around and everyone's chasing happiness.
Like it's the latest gadget.
That new car smell, that promotion.
But then you get it.
Like, wait, now what?
Been there, bought that T-shirt.
So I'm curious.
Yeah.
Have you ever, have you ever fallen for that trap? Thought something would bring you happiness?
About all the time.
Like what?
Okay, so I thought that fancy espresso machine, right? It'd be like morning coffee bliss every day.
Oh, yeah, the ritual.
Turns out I still got to make the coffee, Fancy machine or not.
It's still coffee.
Exactly. But Minister Darin Dargan, he ties this to Christmas too, right?
Yeah.
With the shepherds?
He does. He focuses on that part in Luke where the angel appears.
Good tidings of great joy.
Yeah.
Right?
And he points out who these shepherds were.
Like out in the fields.
Nobodies. The lowest rung of society. Not the priests, not the rich folks.
But they get this amazing news.
That's the point, isn't it? This joy, it's not exclusive, not about your status.
It's for everyone.
For all people, the angel says.
Wow. And then he brings in joy to the world, that hymn.
He does. He uses it to show how Jesus' birth, it's not just history.
It's like an event that keeps impacting us.
It changes things, brings this hope.
It's not just a Christmas carol. It's like a
declaration.
Yeah, and one of the big things Jesus brings is peace. Right?
He does, but here's where it gets even deeper.
Okay.
He says there's a difference between, just no fighting and this deep inner peace.
Ooh. I like where this is going.
It's the kind of peace you get from knowing you're right with God, reconciled through Christ.
So not just avoiding conflict, but this peace that stays with you no matter what's happening around you.
Exactly. It's not dependent on external circumstances.
Powerful, huh?
That is powerful. So many people, they're searching for that kind of peace, but they're looking in the wrong places.
Vacation, new job, you name it.
But the turmoil's still inside.
Right. So I'm wondering,
yeah,
how does the sermon connect this peace back to joy? Are they separate? Or, they seem related, but I'm not sure how.
Well, Minister Dargan argues that this deep inner peace, it's actually a foundation for true joy. When you have that unshakable peace, it allows a different kind of joy to grow, one that isn't so easily swayed by external circumstances.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like having a solid base that lets you experience joy more fully, even when life gets crazy.
That's a great way to put it. It's about having that inner anchor, that source of peace. And then joy can be a constant companion rather than just popping in every now and then.
Okay, so joy and peace, they're linked. And they both come from a relationship with Jesus. Minister Dargan also talks about the shepherds spreading the news, right?
Well, yeah. He points out, their first instinct after seeing the angel, the baby Jesus, they run off to tell everyone.
They can't keep quiet.
Exactly. And that's a big point. True joy, it naturally spills over.
You want to share it.
It's contagious. You can't contain it.
Like when you discover something amazing, you just got to tell someone.
Right. So it's not just about receiving this joy, but
passing it on. Like a ripple effect.
And the sermon brings in that quote from Philippians.
Oh, I love that one. Rejoice in the Lord always.
He repeats it twice, for emphasis. It's a call to action.
Our joy's not meant to be hidden away.
It should touch the people around us.
That's powerful. It connects our own joy to how we impact the world.
And that leads to the question, right? How do we actually do that? How do we share this joy? Does the sermon give any concrete advice? He doesn't give a step-by-step guide.
Okay.
But he does use this analogy, this phrase, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Now that makes me think of cocktails on a beach, sunset.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing that's not what he's getting at.
Not quite, but you're on the right track with the whole vibe,
Okay.
It's about perspective. Just like there's always a happy hour happening somewhere.
Oh, I see.
Every moment could be a good time for joy. And he connects this back to the Psalms. There's this theme in the Psalms about praising God.
All the time, right?
Yeah, no matter what's going on. It's like cultivating that attitude of gratitude.
Choosing to find joy, even when it's hard.
Exactly. It's powerful stuff. Reminds me of that quote.
What is it?
Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference.
Yes. Minister Darin Dargan saying, choosing to find joy, even in the small stuff, it can change your whole outlook.
He goes even deeper, though. He says this choosing joy, it's tied to recognizing that Jesus being born,
Yeah.
it wasn't just an event in history.
Right.
It was the start of something totally new.
Oh, okay.
God's kingdom here on earth.
Now, God's kingdom, I gotta admit, it sounds kind of...
Abstract.
Yeah, a little bit. What does that actually look like practically?
So think of it like a new way of living, a whole new set of values. It's about seeing everything, the whole world, through the lens of what Jesus taught.
Yeah.
Love, forgiveness, putting others first.
Yeah.
Actually living that way.
Even if we mess up sometimes.
That's part of making that kingdom real right here, right now.
So it's not just about waiting for heaven or something. It's about...
Bringing heaven down to earth.
I like that. That's really empowering.
And the sermon suggests that living that way, it's actually how we experience real joy.
Not just like a bonus.
Yeah, it's part of the deal. Yeah.
But that takes practice, right? You can't just wake up and suddenly be...
a joy machine.
Exactly.
It's like anything else. You got to practice. A spiritual discipline.
Yeah.
And it's okay to start small. Maybe you write down things you're grateful for.
Gratitude journal.
And that's why Christmas is so powerful.
It's not just the holiday.
The whole point of it.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the main thing you hope people take away from this? What's the message they can, carry with them?
I think it's remembering that true joy. It's not something we got to chase down. It's right here.
Available now.
It's a choice we can make every moment, aligning ourselves with the values of that kingdom.
Love, compassion, all that.
Noticing those little bits of joy.
And sharing them.
Yeah, letting it ripple out.
So it's about recognizing that Jesus is the source of this joy. He offers that peace that's bigger than our problems.
And by trying to live like he taught us, we can tap into a joy that's, it's deeper than anything the world offers.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Minister Dargan's sermon.
Yeah, it was a good one.
We hope you've been inspired to find that true meaning of joy in your own lives.
And remember, every moment's a chance to experience and express that joy that comes from knowing Jesus. Until next time.
Welcome back to our podcast, Two Hosts, One Message, your go-to podcast for exploring faith and spiritual growth. This week's message, Jesus Christ is the joy to the world, was preached by Minister Darin Dargan, and it unlocks truths from Luke chapter 2, verses 8 to 14. Loving our podcast? Stay connected by subscribing. We drop new episodes every Tuesday to uplift you on your spiritual journey. As always, you're invited to dive deeper with a live discussion about Sunday's sermon every Wednesday at 7 p.m. It's relaxed, meaningful, and a chance to connect with others. Just dial 605-313-4831 and use access code number 869360#. Feeling inspired to support our ministry? Your generosity helps us continue to share God's love. You can give through PayPal or Zelle using our email, CCOGNYC@AOL.com, via CashApp with $CCOGNYC, or on Givelify by searching Congregational Church of God, 1889 Amsterdam Avenue, New York, New York, 10032. Once again, every gift, no matter the size, makes a difference. Thank you for being a part of our mission. And if you're in the neighborhood, we'd love to see you in person. Join us every Sunday at 10 a.m. at Congregational Church of God on Amsterdam Avenue between West 153rd and 154th Streets. Can't make it? No problem. Catch the service live on YouTube at CCOGNYC or on Facebook at Congregational Church of God, NYC. Wherever you are, we're here for you. I love my church. Come visit and you'll see why. We're all about spreading the love of God through His Word. Thanks again for being a part of the Two Hosts, One Message family. God bless and We can't wait to connect with you, online, in person, or wherever God's plan takes you. See you next time.